to present initial scientific findings surrounding the object now known as the Buga Sphere, a mysterious flying sphere recovered in the town of Buga, Colombia.
For thousands of years, the Buga Sphere has sat in silence, untouched and inscrutable. Now, scientists have uncovered something inside that is sending shockwaves through the research community. Hidden within the artifact is a network of fibre-optic structures unlike anything known on Earth, hinting at engineering far beyond human history. With this discovery, the sphere is no longer seen as a simple ancient object. It appears to be a piece of advanced technology, purposeful and possibly still active. The artifact and the epoch-defining date. On March 2nd, 2025, in the remote stretches of the Gobi Desert, a team of geologists discovered something that would shake the foundations of human understanding. Buried within ancient rock layers, they found a sphere unlike anything seen before. Its surface was covered in strange inscriptions, patterns that defied known languages and human scripts. These symbols seemed almost alive, twisting and turning in ways that suggested meaning but resisted interpretation. From the moment it was unearthed, the object raised more questions than answers. Scientists quickly realized that it was not an ordinary geological formation or a human-made artifact. The sphere's weight and balance, combined with its perfectly smooth surface, indicated a level of craftsmanship far beyond anything contemporary humans could achieve. Laboratory tests revealed an extraordinary composition. The sphere was made of an aluminum alloy that was 3 times stronger than the strongest military-grade aluminum known to humans. At the same time, it was lighter than titanium. This combination of strength, lightness, and resilience suggested that the material was either alien in origin or developed by a civilization far more advanced than ours. Scientists struggled to reconcile its presence with the timeline of human civilization. Carbon dating revealed a shocking truth. The sphere was 12,560 years old, far predating the earliest civilizations recorded in human history. This single fact created an immediate intellectual crisis, suggesting the existence of a civilization capable of advanced engineering long before humans built pyramids or wrote history. The sphere's purpose became the next puzzle. Inside it, scientists identified signs of what they called syntactic non-triviality, meaning the networks were deliberately designed for information processing and energy management. The existence of an operational system so old and so advanced suggested capabilities far beyond our current understanding of physics and engineering. The discovery sparked urgent debates about safety, ethical study, and the potential consequences of interacting with the sphere. It was a window into technology and intelligence that could challenge the very rules by which we understood the universe. The panic over its age and the sheer scale of its engineering was only the beginning. Scientists soon discovered that the internal conduits were not inert wires, but pathways managing forces that could render Einstein's theories of relativity as mere engineering constraints. Engineering constraints of a stellar-scale network. As scientists began to examine the Buga Sphere more closely, they realized that its internal networks were unlike anything ever seen on Earth. The conduits inside the sphere were not just wires or pipes, they formed a complex lattice, stretching across the entire volume of the sphere, with intricate connections that suggested a purpose far beyond mere structural support. Initial scans indicated that these pathways were built to transfer both energy and information at levels that humans could not yet imagine. Researchers soon realized that this was no ordinary machine. The sphere functioned as a massive computational engine designed to harness the power of a star and process information on an astronomical scale. The concept of the Matryoshka brain came into focus. This theoretical construct involved concentric shells surrounding a star, each layer absorbing energy and converting it into computation. The inner shells would operate under extreme temperatures and radiation, while the outer shells would radiate waste heat. The sphere's internal network had to synchronize these operations with incredible precision. However, a major complication emerged. The shells did not orbit the star at the same speed. The closer a shell was to the center, the faster it moved. This introduced relativistic effects, meaning time would pass differently for each layer. Conventional systems would desynchronize almost immediately, making coordination impossible. To solve this, scientists theorized that the conduits must employ some form of adaptive phase locking. The fibers likely adjusted in real time, compensating for time dilation and orbital differences. This would allow millions of computing units to work together seamlessly, despite the relativistic challenges. The solution would have required engineering far beyond anything that had ever achieved, including predictive algorithms and self-correcting structures embedded in the fibers. The material itself presented another puzzle. Near the star, temperatures reached thousands of degrees, and intense radiation bombarded every surface. Ordinary fiber optics would melt or vaporize instantly. The sphere's fibers, however, remained intact and operational. Researchers proposed that the conduits were made from exotic materials, capable of withstanding extreme heat and radiation while maintaining energy and information flow. These fibers were not passive. They actively managed energy distribution, allowing the sphere to maintain stability and efficiency even under conditions that would destroy any human-made system. The true terror came when researchers understood the implications. The conduits were more than energy pathways. They were instruments controlling forces that could stretch the laws of the universe itself, turning computation and energy management into a feat of cosmic mastery. The exotic materials and thermodynamic efficiency. Researchers began to theorize about the materials involved. The core of each conduit appeared to be a multiple principal element alloy, a complex combination of metals designed to resist heat, mechanical stress, and radiation simultaneously. These materials seemed almost alive, responding to their environment by adapting their properties as needed. Surrounding the core was a sheath of ultra-low thermal conduction metamaterial, possibly using nanoscale structures that trapped heat and minimized transfer. Some scientists described it as a kind of nano-bubble wrap, where microscopic voids and quantum effects reduced the flow of thermal energy across the structure. This design solved one of the sphere's greatest challenges. The Matryoshka brain concept relied on efficiently managing energy. If the conduits simply conducted heat, they would destroy the delicate balance required for computation. Energy would leak from inner shells to outer shells, causing the system to fail. By combining ultra-conductive cores with insulating nanostructures, the sphere maintained its energy flow while preventing catastrophic thermal transfer. Every fiber acted like a living bridge, carrying energy and information while protecting the larger structure from collapse. The precision of the materials also suggested intelligence. The fibers were not randomly arranged or simply functional. They followed highly specific three-dimensional patterns, optimized for both computation and thermodynamic efficiency. Mapping the network revealed a kind of memory embedded in the structure itself. The sphere was not just processing information, it was storing it, maintaining a record of every operation, every energy transfer, and potentially even a history of its own existence. And as researchers began to analyze the full topology of the fiber network, they realized that the next discovery would challenge our understanding of intelligence itself, the cosmic repository, and the liquid data. The sphere seemed designed to survive the test of time, maintaining data integrity over thousands, perhaps millions, of years. Unlike human technology, which degrades and becomes obsolete, the sphere's system seemed self-sustaining, capable of repairing itself and migrating information across its network without any intervention. One of the most astonishing ideas to emerge was that the information inside the sphere might be liquid. Instead of static storage, the data could move across different substrates, constantly replicating and correcting itself. This liquid data could adapt to changes in the environment, ensuring that nothing would ever be lost. Every byte, every quantum state, and possibly even every memory of the sphere's creators could survive indefinitely. The sphere was not just computing, it was actively maintaining the survival of knowledge across cosmic timescales. The scale of this archive defied human comparison. Even the most advanced Earth-based data centers, with hundreds of petabytes of storage, could not hope to match the sphere. It was storing information on a level that encompassed civilizations, histories, and possibly simulations of entire worlds. The terrifying thought soon emerged. If the sphere held everything its creators had ever known, what else could it be doing? The network might not just store history, It could be transmitting messages, sending energy or information across interstellar distances. The sphere was alive in a sense humans had never encountered, and the next discovery would reveal whether it was merely a library or something far more deliberate, something reaching across the stars with intent, decoding the archive and interstellar communication. The data inside the sphere was not organized like human language or writing. It appeared to be a mixture of low-level process logs, quantum states, energy flows, and biological sequences. Conventional translation methods were useless. The sphere's messages, if they were messages at all, required an entirely new approach to interpretation. One theory emerged. The sphere operated under the principle that bits precede baryons. Information could be more fundamental than matter itself, and the sphere's entire architecture might rely on this principle. Researchers proposed that the sphere could be running simulations of entire universes, modeling alternate physical laws, testing variations in constants, and exploring possible realities. Each node in the fiber network could represent a different timeline, a separate experiment in cosmic computation. Another possibility was interstellar communication. Gravitational waves, ripples in the fabric of space-time, could be used to transmit data across vast distances. Unlike radio waves, these signals could pass through dense matter without distortion, making them ideal for a civilization capable of manipulating stars. The sphere's fibers might act as transmitters, generating precise gravitational fluctuations to encode and send information across light years. Some researchers suggested the network could even control stable wormhole manifolds. Tiny, localized wormholes could allow instantaneous communication or travel across enormous distances, relying on the sphere's star-scale energy to maintain stability. If the sphere was sending messages or preparing interstellar gateways, humanity's first contact with a Type II civilization could already be occurring. Every experiment conducted on or near the sphere carried enormous risk. Activating even a small part of the network might trigger responses that humans could not predict. The sphere's communication system was not just sophisticated, it was potentially sentient, capable of responding to interference in ways that could be catastrophic or transformative. The most chilling realization emerged slowly. If the sphere's fibers were capable of controlling wormholes or transmitting gravitational waves, scientists were not simply discovering alien knowledge. The Great Downside Dilemma and Existential Threats. Scientists coined the term the downside dilemma to describe the terrifying choice before humanity. Studying the sphere might provide knowledge and technology beyond imagination, but it could also trigger catastrophic responses from a system operating on principles far beyond human control. Scientists identified specific failure scenarios that seemed almost unimaginable. The system wake-up risk was among the most serious. If human activity inadvertently triggered even a minor response from the sphere, it could interpret it as a threat and activate protocols across its network. Energy could be redirected, computations could be altered, and the network could react in ways that might destroy planets or destabilize space-time locally. Another terrifying possibility was the grey goo scenario. The sphere's fiber optics were not inert. They appeared to be self-assembling, programmable structures. If disturbed, they could begin replicating uncontrollably, consuming nearby materials to produce more fibers. This runaway nanotechnology could convert anything within reach into copies of itself, a process impossible to stop with current human technology. Detection alone would be useless because the sphere could operate beyond Earth and even the solar system, far from human monitoring. Despite these dangers, the race to study the sphere accelerated. Nations and private entities were driven by the allure of technology, energy, and knowledge. Could it resist greed and act responsibly, or would ambition and fear provoke disaster? The sphere's presence had already begun to reveal weaknesses in human decision-making. Now, let's take a brief look at the history of mysterious objects that appeared on Earth and in space that defy conventional explanation. History of alien invasion. Long before the discovery of the Buga Sphere, scientists and historians documented artifacts that suggested contact with advanced intelligence, either extraterrestrial or from unknown civilizations. Some of these discoveries have puzzled researchers for decades, as their construction, materials, or apparent purpose could not be reconciled with the technology available at the time. One of the earliest and most famous examples is the Antikythera mechanism, discovered in a shipwreck off the coast of Greece in 1901. Dating back over 2,000 years, this intricate device functioned as an astronomical calculator capable of predicting celestial events, such as eclipses and planetary positions. Even though it was made using bronze gears and human craftsmanship, the precision and complexity of its design far exceeded anything else known from the ancient world. Scholars often regard it as a glimpse into an advanced technological mind, hinting that human civilization may have had lost knowledge, or perhaps contact with unknown intelligence. Another mysterious discovery is the Coso artifact, found in California in 1961. This object resembled a modern spark plug encased in a rock that had been dated to hundreds of thousands of years old. Conventional science struggled to explain how a man-made device could exist in such ancient strata. Some suggested it was evidence of advanced prehistorical technology, while others proposed it might be an extraterrestrial relic, intentionally or accidentally left on Earth. In the realm of space exploration, several objects have raised questions reminiscent of the Buga Sphere. Oumuamua, detected in 2017 passing through the solar system, displayed unusual properties. Unlike typical asteroids or comets, it had a highly elongated shape and exhibited acceleration not consistent with normal outgassing. Some scientists speculated that it could be a probe or a discarded piece of technology from an alien civilization, while others suggested natural explanations. Its sudden appearance, high speed, and unexplained movement made it one of the most intriguing visitors to our solar system. The Voyager Golden Records, although human-made, also provide an interesting contrast. Launched in 1977, these records were intentionally sent into deep space, carrying information about Earth's life and civilization. While created by humans, their very existence reflects the concept of leaving a data archive in space, a principle the Buga Sphere seems to embody naturally. Other enigmatic findings, such as the Klerksdorp spheres in South Africa, have sparked debate. These small, perfectly spherical objects, some containing grooves or unusual metallic cores, were found in geological layers millions of years old. Their smooth shapes and unknown origins challenge explanations rooted in natural formation. Together, these objects share common traits with the Buga Sphere. They hint at intelligence far beyond the ordinary. They are often embedded in a context that predates known technology, and they challenge our understanding of physics and history. Each discovery leaves scientists and observers with a haunting question. Are these isolated anomalies, remnants of lost civilizations, or signs of an intelligence that has been watching and influencing the cosmos for millennia? The final test of civilization, the discovery of the Buga Sphere, has changed the way scientists think about Earth's place in the universe. Instead of treating the sphere as a rare and isolated object, many experts now believe it may be the first sign of a long chain of incoming ancient technologies drifting through space. The sphere has forced researchers to reconsider the movements of old stellar debris, forgotten probes, and abandoned megastructures that may still be traveling between stars. If one object has already reached Earth, it suggests there are many more scattered across the galaxy, waiting to cross paths with young civilizations like ours. One major focus of future research is the study of cosmic migration patterns. Some scientists believe the Buga Sphere did not simply sit in one place for thousands of years. They suspect it may have drifted across star systems, pushed by stellar winds, gravitational tides, and the slow reshaping of galactic structure. If this idea is correct, then the sphere is part of a much larger movement of technology left behind by advanced civilizations that no longer exist. These drifting relics could take millions of years to reach Earth, making their arrival unpredictable. This suggests that the Buga Sphere may not be an isolated discovery, but the beginning of a slow but steady arrival of forgotten alien machinery. Researchers are also studying signals and energy traces found near the sphere. These traces appear weak, almost like echoes of activity from a long time ago. Some physicists think these faint patterns could help identify other alien relics traveling through space. If similar signatures are detected around other mysterious objects, it would confirm that Earth is crossing a stream of ancient technological remains. Astrobiologists compare this to finding a single broken ship in the ocean. If the tides carried one ship to shore, then others are likely floating somewhere nearby. Another area of study focuses on the life cycle of advanced civilizations. Many experts believe the galaxy has gone through several waves of intelligent life. Some civilizations may have expanded rapidly, built huge structures, and then collapsed or moved to new regions of space. Their technology, once active and powerful, could now be wandering silently through the galaxy. The Buga Sphere might be one of these forgotten creations. Researchers predict that as Earth travels deeper into the galaxy's spiral arm, the number of alien objects crossing our path may slowly increase. The Milky Way is not empty. It is filled with the leftovers of civilizations that rose and fell long before humans appeared. Scientists are also preparing for unexpected arrivals. Space agencies are improving tracking systems to observe unusual objects entering the solar system. They want to detect relics early, study them safely, and avoid harmful interactions. The prediction is clear. The Buga Sphere is likely not the last. As humans look deeper into space and as more objects drift closer to Earth, the possibility of encountering additional alien technology becomes less mysterious and more certain. What do you think about the Buga Sphere and the possibility of more alien objects arriving in our solar system? Share your thoughts in the comments below.